Hey everybody, welcome to Bura. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about a specific forum post and how it relates to Udemy. Alright, welcome back. For this video, make sure to subscribe. More subscribers get, the more content we can make. Number one reason why you subscribe to this amazing YouTube channel is to get in the money-making trends before they go mainstream. So, if you don't already know, Udemy has its own forum. It used to have a Facebook group, and I'm going to be talking about that in a completely separate video. But nevertheless, I'm wanting to talk about one particular thing here when it comes to, the whole thing about instructor sentiment here. And so, if I read some of this here, it says considerably sale revenue decline. Anyone else experiencing the same? And, it's what he says is the past couple months I've seen around a 50% revenue reduction, even though I have published a new course and it's currently one of the leading courses on the topic. All right. And I'm aware Udemy made a change to the revenue share, which again, I'm going to make a whole video about that too. In hope of attracting new students and it ties in around the same time I've experienced a decline in revenue sales, but I'm not entirely sure it's the cause. Oh boy, revenue changes are a whole other topic on Udemy, which I'll be getting into another video. So does anyone else experience the same? Okay, and so you can see here, people talk about the same things here. This guy's been on for a while. It's like drop of 50% revenue since February compared to 2018, 2019, September, October. Slowest months for me. All right. Lowest month in 18 months. Massive decline. Same for me. So this is a problem. Okay. So first of all, if you're listening to this, okay, and you have a fixed income or a job, now imagine your job just going down 50% year over year. Just take 1 second to just imagine this, okay? You probably would switch jobs. You would quit and be like, look, yeah, I'm not getting paid half as much as I used to, okay? Most people wouldn't do that. Now, I know that Udemy is a side hustle for a lot of people, and that's fine. But if your side hustle went down 50%, you might find a new side hustle. Okay, so this is the exact problem I'm talking about here. Now, of course, some of the top instructors will come in and say, oh, it's just this, or maybe you need to do a better job with your courses. But, I'm experiencing some sales decline too. In fact, if anything, for me and my company, I've been doing a better and better job and releasing more and more courses. But it goes into the problem that Udemy isn't scalable. Okay, and the fact that all these people are experiencing declines or whatnot is an issue. Now, this person has a good point. Some people might double their earnings from $100 to $200, but it's another to drop from $20K to $5K. And this does happen, by the way, where people are making this much per month. Now they're making this much. And a lot of it has to do with the revenue share. Now, I posted on this forum here, so they're talking about the IPO. And, for obvious reasons, they can't really talk about IPOs, and I like to put in a little bit of humor into this because everything can get a little intense on the instructor forums and, nothing like a little bit of humor to lighten the mood, but still serious, just lighter, serious. Okay. So, this is probably going to get removed, these here. And then, one of the things so I used to post on the forum all the time when I was on Facebook, but this was like 2016-ish or 2017. I can't remember when they got rid of it here. But nevertheless, I don't go on Facebook much anymore. But I used to engage a lot, and one of the things that the new forum does, which I'm going to do a whole video about, by the way, is that it doesn't. The engagement process isn't very good. Okay, there's too much white space, and I'm going to be giving you a whole video about that. But I don't really go in here. But the good thing is that I stopped talking on the forum and I kind of get more work done. So there's a caveat to that. So it's like generally when Udemy is raising more money, sales decline. And I've noticed this after series A, B, C, all these kind of whenever they're raising more money, they kind of, quote unquote, do their homework, right? They make sure their books look a little bit better, and they usually take that out of the instructor sales. And that usually is what happens. I always notice a decline right before they're raising money. And of course, the IPO is coming up. So they're trying to make it look as good for the investors as possible, right? And that's fine, whatever, okay? Because what happens afterwards is that the sales go up. So obviously it's like, a couple months down and then, well, it's back up to the races. Now, here's the problem though. This is not good. 50% down, okay? And this is the instructor retention I'm talking about. Now, what Udemy is trying to do is they're trying to create kind of like a golden ticket type scenario where, you're the chosen instructor and your courses are so good, so we're going to put you into UFB and all this stuff here. While the rest of the people, well, they can't really do that. Now, if you haven't checked out my video about tips I gave Udemy about the marketplace, that would sincerely fix a lot of these problems here. Now, I can tell you after being, for years, the quality of the course or what you're doing personally doesn't really impact your sales. It's a lot of other things. Student engagement is definitely one of them, and reviews are another, but it's certainly not sales. And, as you can see, that's not very good. Like if the revenue is declining this much over 2 years and it declines again and again, there's, at some point in time, people just say, I'm going to leave, right? And these posts are not very good either, right? And if most of the people are experiencing a decline in sales, that's really not good as well. And you can't coddle enough people because a lot of the top instructors don't post in here, probably for important reasons. But, they're not going to basically if a top instructor says, well, it's just because your courses aren't very good and my courses are amazing, that instructor is going to get, oh boy, he's gonna get a lot of heat for that. So nevertheless, basically, this is kind of the problems I'm talking about here. The problems of revenue decline, instructor retention, scalability, and they need to fix this. And as an investor, you need to understand that if you see this again and again and again, then, it's going to be a problem. Now, I understand that Google or the App Store or any other of these other platforms, sales can decline, right? Obviously that's the case. But the thing on Udemy is that you have no control over what you do. You can't hire marketing, you can't redo your work, and you can, however, do all this on Teachable or Thinkific, right? If your sales are declining, you can go, make YouTube videos, build a list, collaborate with other people, do affiliate marketing, do some sales outreach. You can do all that stuff, but you cannot do that on Udemy because there is no upside for you to do that. None whatsoever. And that's why it's a big problem. Okay? So marketplace profitability is probably the number one thing. And what should not be the thing, I'll say it again, is to move the huge list of Udemy into a personal subscription. There needs to be a hard line between the marketplace and UFB. Okay? All right, so this one's a shorter video, but I needed to basically talk about this. And again, please be sure to like and subscribe.